So welcome back, episode number 39, No Cap Sports Podcast, man. Brandon Browner episode. We still going. And so now, start it out, Josh.
I like that one. See, this is always a good start. I like the how we, because I don't know what you were doing with Kwame Brown last week, but Brandon Brown.
Bro, it's simple, bro. Let me explain it. It's episode number, for example, this week, episode number 39. Brandon Browner was number 39.
I understand what you're doing, but the people that you
Okay, name somebody else who wore number 38.
I mean, I don't know. Look at it. Somebody on my practice squad was better than Kwame Brown.
I just have a request for number 40, bro.
What's
Who
up?
was that?
Sean Kemp, of course, bro.
Say less, bro. You got it. You got it.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. We already got
Jumping out the gym. Shout out Migos, bro.
I'm about to say, Deshaun Kemp didn't rap, but yeah, for sure, he doing other things. You know, I come up with the 5. Pre-warning on this segment right here, it may not be 5, but it's still the name of it, but it may not be 5. We're gonna do a how to not segment, guys. So we're gonna listen on air live. What's his guy name?
Donnie J, bro. Went to college with him, me and Nick.
Yeah. So we're gonna
You did play football with him too.
So kick a little spiel. I'm gonna let my musical ear hear, and I'm gonna let them know what I hear.
All right, y'all ready?
Oh yeah,
I'm ready.
We're ready.
Don't drop it.
All right, bro. Hey, in the crowd, in the comments, let us know what y'all think too, or add us on Twitter or IG. This is a Donnie J called Obama.
I don't wish war on nobody.
Dolly mama,
If you try me, I'll catch a body.
oh my mama,
Been on a hiatus, you can't find me.
like Osama,
I'll still team 6 your ass, yeah, I'm that nigga.
I'm Obama.
Ooh, calling the shots. Big misminded, call up the thoughts. Pussy and money, I like them a lot.
I can't do it. Hey, cut all of this out, bro. Cut it out, bro. Cut it out.
I'm not cutting it out. Y'all want to do this staying in the episode.
Man, yeah.
This staying in the episode. You want to do it, man.
Yeah.
This is not fair, fool.
I mean,
It's not fair. It's not fair to react. This is my segment.
so hold on. Thoughts and opinions. Man, you started out since you brought the song to the.
I can't lie to you, bro. I like it, bro. I like the way I like the beat. I like how you come in on the song. You know, the verse it need a little work, but the hook, that joint nice to me, bro. That's my opinion on it, for real.
Yeah. You want to go, Nick?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say the beat was the best part of the song. Probably should have been the only part of the song. That's my boy though, so I ain't gonna say nothing too crazy. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
All right.
So you like on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate that? What you just heard,
I plead the fifth.
bro? Cut this out.
No. He said, please. This writes itself, ladies and gentlemen. That's a way to start a segment right there.
So Josh, we still ain't heard your opinion yet.
Man. He said Donnie J?
Yeah.
Stay in school.
Oh, he out of school.
Go back to school. Go back to school. Go back to school.
They call him Donnie J, but they need to call him Donnie L because he just took one on that song. Hey, shout out NCAA football, bro. They're coming back, man.
Yeah.
On the way. I'm definitely gonna have to get that game.
No cap.
Sure.
I gotta get that PS5 first though, but soon after I'm getting that NCAA. Play with
But they said it's
myself.
only for next gen.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's supposed to be
Make my
straight.
face and meme somebody. Hold on. Come on now. Relax. You can play with yourself in high school at White Station, but on road to player, but I don't think Millsap's gonna make it on the game.
For sure. I don't want to hear it. When I got a ring after this season, I don't want to hear it.
Hey, but I got never mind.
All right, for sure.
I got some Drew for myself. You feel what I'm saying? More on the way, but I already, I'm locked and loaded. You feel me? 38 and up.
Mm.
What was it? That's success. My bad.
You so fucking lame. But anyway.
Look at
That's
boy. They said that college football ain't coming out for 2 to 3 years.
So moving on into the main point of the episode, we got to start out by talking about Deshaun Watson, man. So far, Deshaun has, requested to be traded, and it's because, a lot of things going on with the front office, and he feels like he's being left out by the teams under Cal McNair. He wasn't included on the head coaching decision or the GM decision, as they hired former Patriot Nick Cassiero as their GM, and they hired David Culley, the Ravens' former associate head coach and passing game coordinator, as their new head coach. So to start this segment out, just what do you guys think of the hires that the Texans have made so far?
First thing I say is you probably had to think of them honestly independently of Deshaun Watson, because we'll talk about that later. But you can't obviously he wasn't as involved in the search and the hiring as he wanted to be. So there's honestly two guys I've never really heard of before. I don't know. Nick probably has some info about what a coaching tree that came from to make them sound a little better. But it's a no for me. It's a shame that you got guys like Eric Bielemy still out here, and guys are constantly getting passed up for jobs like this.
I think that organization is a joke, just particularly because they don't even need a lot of fixes, bro. Like they probably was a top 10 offense last year.
Deshaun Watson was the league's leading passer in terms of yards.
Yeah, bro. It's like the defense was abysmal, bro. Like they had J.J. Watt.
Big word.
I can't name anybody else from that defense.
Anyway,
Anyway,
2016 J.J. Watt neither.
I mean, all you got to do is like draft in the first 3 rounds just straight to food. They lost their first round pick. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But the coaching staff, it can't be any worse, or the front office, it can't be any worse than what was happening prior to that. So I mean, I don't think it wasn't a great hire. It wasn't an A plus hire, but it was a solid C plus B minus, bro, because it wasn't any worse than what was going on before.
Yeah. And so for me, I think I look at the GM hiring first, picking up Nick Cassiero, who's the director of player development with the Patriots. I think that's an A hire, but the problem is here that Deshaun Watson, your franchise, the epitome of your franchise, wasn't included in any of these conversations in terms of hiring. You need him to be included because he is the future of your franchise. And so even though they picked up Cassiero without Watson, I think that's still an A-plus hire, good hire. Because you look at what he's done with the Patriots in terms of finding all these gems, these late-round gems, turning them into stars. And so then I look at the head coach, and I salute him. David Culley is a black man, we always support. But I think in terms of all the head coaches available, I don't think he was really on anybody's board, if we're being honest.
I didn't know you even getting interviewed, bro.
That's what I was saying, bro. And this was like Cal McNair, he picked out, an independent firm to, suggest the bad head coaching candidates. Wasn't on the list, bro. He essentially took the list that the company gave him, balled it up and threw it away, bro. And picked David Culley, who was the Ravens
That the team
passing game coordinator.
The team,
and we all know about the Ravens pass game.
Did you know he was the wide receivers coach the year the Chiefs didn't none of the receivers caught a touchdown?
I didn't know that, bro. But
But yeah, they'll let you know about that hire, bro. But it can't be worse than O'Brien giving away
it's a no for me, dog.
generational talent at wide receiver for some peanuts, bro.
no cap. And so now looking at this situation some more, man, trying to get into it, who would you guys say has the leverage in the situation in terms of whether Deshaun Watson leaves or Deshaun Watson stays? Because earlier this week, Nick Cassiero said, we have zero interest in trading the player. Also, David Culley said in his introductory interview, the reason I'm in this position today is because I knew he's going to be a Houston Texan. And so with that, and combined with Deshaun's trade request, who do you guys feel like has the leverage in this situation?
The front office.
Definitely. He just signed with a 4-year contract. That's 48 months. He'll put you sign your name on the dotted line. That's the way I feel like the letter of the law. Now, this is the era of player empowerment. We literally just saw James Harden force his way out of the same city. But football's different. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be tough. I just don't feel like that because even looking at this Rocket situation, they're looking like a playoff team. But I don't think you're gonna trade Deshaun Watson and get any type of close to type of value like that back. So
you think so? I think you could get whatever you want for Deshaun Watson.
I mean, so what quarterback you trade for Deshaun Watson? Kind of like even if
it's only like 5 or 6 untouchable quarterbacks, and the rest of them they on the block for Deshaun Watson.
I agree. If you don't have Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and maybe Josh Allen, I think you take a good hard look at Deshaun Watson.
I throw Justin Herbert on that.
What do you trade? You just trade your starting quarterback in a first rounder?
No, you're going to take away about 2 of them.
The Texans came out with their trade demands. They said they want at least 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and 2 young defensive starters in any trade for Deshaun Watson. That's what they said.
Oh, man. That sounds like Melo to the Knicks. I don't know anything about that. Who has that?
Who's your favorite team, Josh? The Jets? You wouldn't give up 2 first-rounders and 2 second-rounders?
And 2 defensive starters? No.
Okay.
I feel like the 2 defensive starters kind of has an asterisk next to it. You know what I'm saying? You give me a good young defensive player, cool, it's all good. You give me 2 starters who are just, starters, but they're not like, top-tier guys. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, I feel you, but they're still starting for a reason. I mean, you obviously have backups.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that, but still, I still
a good player. You're going to trade away 2 good players. 2 good players, 2 first-round talents that your front office is going to evaluate as front-round talents. 2 second-round talents. So, nah. And Sam Darnold? Nah, I'm good on that.
I mean,
I would say that'd be Sam Darnold, 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and then we'll probably have to give Jordan Jenkins and Quinn Williams. Nah, that's too much, bro. That's too much.
You got to keep Quinn Williams. Bro.
Yeah.
But I guess that's the type of player they'll be looking for. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, but he's worth that.
I agree.
We just
who was he throwing to after Will Fuller left? Like Fells or something? Who was the tight end? What was his name? That was dropping all the touchdowns.
I think it was Darren Fells.
Yeah, Fells. Like, come on, bro. I'm sure the Jets. Do they still not have Herndon?
They do.
Do they still not have what was the receiver?
Crowder.
Yeah, bro.
The Jets offense struggles now. Take away 2 defense starters and we got to be on the field more, it'll be sad.
I mean, it's going to be better looking.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson.
What percentage do y'all put on the chance that Watson gets traded this offseason?
I don't know. The GM just said they had no interest in trading him?
Yeah.
That's pretty bad, man.
But, I mean, you can have no interest until that price is right.
I can't see him getting traded. If he just said he has no interest in trading him, he signed for that man for 4 years. He can't get traded.
I agree with that. The GM said he's not going to get traded. He signed the contract extension in September that has him under contract until 2025. But my big thing here is no NFL team is going to go into the season without a starting quarterback. So if you don't even know who the Texans' backup is. And that's a risk no NFL team is going to want to take going into a season without a starting quarterback, especially when your starting quarterback is top 8 in the league, in my opinion. And so looking at it some more, he's guaranteed $74.9 million. Yes, the Texans can fine him if he doesn't show up for minicamp and things like that. But I think Watson will be able to force his way out of Houston eventually, whether it be by holding out, refusing to play, doing anything. I think he can find a way to get out of Houston. So I'm going to put the likelihood at around 70% that he gets traded this offseason.
35. I'll go 35.
Yeah, bro. The NFL GMs, front offices, they real grimy, bro. And they'll let Deshaun sit out them training camps and just keep finding him until he just shows up. just them flat out saying, yeah, he's not getting traded. He's going to remain a Texan. They're willing to get grimy and just force him through a toxic relationship for the next couple of years, bro. I'm going to have to go with Josh. I'm going to put it low. I'm going to say 30 also.
Mm. And so, since you guys both have low chances of him getting traded, what would be some ideal situations for Deshaun Watson to get traded to, in y'all's opinion?
It'll be sick if the Patriots trade for him.
Well, what kind of package?
They have the best package though that you can offer. They could give away either Gilmore or J.C. Jackson, either one, bro. I probably would give up Gilmore because he's slightly older.
And get that contract off the books too.
Yeah, get that contract off the books. He's slightly older. I'll probably give him one of the McCourty twins, bro. I would give away those two, like two of the secondary players, which the Texans desperately need. A first rounder, you gotta do it, bro. Because you're gonna have Deshaun Watson definitely for the next 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So you can make up for that. Then draft a DB in the second round. I'm sure that you can get a DB that's solid. I mean, he might not replace Gilmore's production all the way, but he's gonna be solid. But
we've seen what the Patriots have done with young DBs and undrafted DBs. So,
like Patrick Chung out there, he selling coke in between games, bro. Like I ain't never seen nothing like this, bro. But the best trade package available would be, I don't know, bro. The Patriots sound like the best deal. The Dolphins had a really, bro. I don't know. What's your thoughts, Nick?
I'm not gonna lie, you kind of stole mine. I said the Dolphins, I think, would be one of the best landing spots for Deshaun Watson. You got to think about this is a team that went 10-6 this year. They're in win now mode, just one game short of the playoffs. And I think that Miami has a quarterback situation which is not good. You look at Tua, he showed some struggles in his rookie year. Ryan Fitzpatrick obviously isn't a long-term solution. So I think they can work a trade because they have an abundance of draft capital and they have some exciting young players who they can use in the trade. So I think if the Texans and Miami were to get into a trade, I think that the trade could look something like the Dolphins sending out a package of Tua, their two 2021 first-round picks, which are 3rd and 18th overall, their 2021 second-round pick, which is 50th overall, and I think they could include a young DB like a Bobby McCain or something just to sweeten the pot a little bit. And also I think the Dolphins are a good spot because it's one of the two teams that Deshaun Watson requested.
You know what? This is gonna be my sleeper team. This is the team I think should go get Deshaun.
I don't think it's easy is what we're saying.
Maybe, but the sleeper team that I think would do the best with Deshaun if they traded a package for him, I would say the New Orleans Saints, bro. So listen, Taysom Hill, and they had two really good D linemen. So I would either Cam Jordan or Trey Hendrickson, bro.
I think you have to go Hendrickson just because he's younger.
Interesting. I mean, bro, I'll do it. That might have been you never know. That might have just been one of them. We have to double team Cam Jordan every play, and we don't really have film on Hendrickson. So you had to go Taysom Hill, Hendrickson, 2 firsts and 2 seconds for a quarterback. That's really a quarterback that can throw deep. That's really all you're missing. And so you still had Jameis as a backup, on a 1 or 2 year deal,
Yeah.
I think you can make that happen, bro, for real.
Well, I had another sleeper team that I kind of want to see a trade to, and I think I've said it before. It's the San Francisco 49ers, bro. Why not? You can trade Jimmy Garoppolo, and he's had some availability issues dealing with injuries. You saw the number of games he missed this season, and he's had some inconsistency issues. He's not a quarterback that you think is going to go in and win a game by himself. You know what I'm saying? He's an okay quarterback, but he's not a winning quarterback. And so I think that the Texans and the 49ers can work out a deal with a package around Jimmy G, their 2021 first-round pick, which is number 12th overall, their 2022 first and second-round picks, and I think they could throw a young defender in there, a Jaquiski Tartt, anybody in that secondary that they could potentially give up. And I think if the 49ers made a push for Deshaun Watson, that'd be a scary team to face in the NFC.
Who you think would be, if the Deshaun Watson got traded for that, who would be the best team in the NFC West? You got the
The
49ers,
49ers.
the Rams, the
Oh yeah,
Seahawks,
that would be.
and the Cardinals.
The 49ers by far.
Mhm.
By far. You got to think about that. Defense is
Deshaun Watson
already
was.
solid.
If they trade Nick, if they had to put Nick Bosa, then I had to look at it. But
I don't think you have to put Nick Bosa. That's a real stretch.
I mean, I think Houston is dictating the terms.
I mean, yeah, Houston's gonna try to get as much as they want, but any smart front office man is gonna say, "Hell no" to trading Nick Bosa.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
Defensive
and
super.
Houston gonna want to get back what they need to get back.
They gonna
Yeah.
get it back in blood and picks.
Exactly, and I think the draft capital is really important here because what Houston's trying to do is start a rebuild. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to have something to rebuild with, and that starts with draft picks, in my opinion. Draft picks and young players and cap space.
The crazy thing is they don't even have to rebuild. They just have to get better players on defense. That's it.
And talking about Deshaun Watson, another quarterback just got traded a few days ago, and that's the Lions' Matt Stafford. So in this trade, the Rams received Matt Stafford. The Lions received 2022 and 2023 first-round picks of the Rams, a 2021 third-round pick, and Jared Goff. So looking at this, who won this trade?
I feel like I don't think Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford is a really good football player, but I just don't. I mean, is he with Tony Romo? You think he's better that much better than? I mean, wow, you have a lot of feelings. So how good do you think Matt Stafford is? Top
I
five?
think Matt Stafford is an elite quarterback in terms of arm talent. I think he has one of the stronger arms in the game, one of the most unique arms in terms of the angles in which he can throw the ball. And so I think he just got stuck on a really bad Detroit team for the majority of his career. So that's dampened how people view him, if you get what I'm saying. And so I think coming to LA, you're going to see a rejuvenated Matt Stafford and a Matt Stafford that's going to get the attention and credit he deserves. Think about what Aaron Rodgers said earlier this year when he was like, yeah, there's a guy in Detroit who wears number 9 who's doing a lot of the things that Patrick Mahomes and all of these types of guys are doing, but he doesn't get the credit for it. So I think that the Rams won this trade in the short term. The Rams are a team that's ready to compete now, ready to go in and try to get a Super Bowl. They made a Super Bowl appearance in the last 5 years. Their defense and running game are established. You've seen the emergence of Cam Akers and that three-headed monster in the backfield for the Rams, a top 3 defense in the league, depending on how you look at it. This is just an all-in move by the Rams. They've sacrificed their first-round picks for 7 straight years. They're not going to have a first-round pick until 2024. So this is the Rams pushing all chips in and saying, let's go out and win. And I think Matt Stafford is a very major improvement over Jared Goff.
You had Calvin Johnson for what? You drafted in 09.
Calvin Johnson also had an 0-16 season. So
I mean, I feel you, but you had 0-16. Well, that was Matt Stafford won a quarterback for that team, but I feel like they should have won a playoff game together if he's that good, you know. But the teacher's own.
I mean, sure he hasn't won a playoff game, but how many opportunities has he really had in the playoffs? What, 2 or 3 appearances? I don't think it's fair to judge his playoff.
TJ Yates got a playoff win though. Like there are quarterbacks that are not that good that have playoff.
But you got to look at the surrounding team around them. Everybody knows that Detroit is a notoriously bad team in terms of talent.
We just talked about he had a Hall of Fame receiver for the majority of his career. Come on now, I know what you're saying.
You have a Hall of Fame receiver, but that defense has always been garbage, bottom of the league. And you also got to think about the offensive line and run game have been non-existent in Detroit his whole career.
Okay. I feel you. I mean, I understand what you're saying. I just want you to understand, it's not. I mean, he's gotten to the. You said he's gotten to the playoffs what 3 times? And
2 or 3 times.
Hasn't gotten a victory.
Okay.
Jared Goff already went to a Super Bowl. They just paid him a lot of money.
But how important was Jared Goff in getting to the Super Bowl? Think about it.
How important is Matt Stafford going to be now? When the 2 is he still not maybe the 3rd best player behind Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald?
I mean, yeah, but he's a substantial boost for that Rams offense. You now have a guy who has a cannon for an arm and can stretch the ball more vertically. in addition to doing all the screens, the short passing game that Sean McVay likes to do. So I think by bringing in Stafford, you bring another element to that offense, and I think you can see a boom in the Rams offense with Stafford making connections with guys like Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp.
I feel you. I think you just traded number one overall quarterbacks, but to each his own. Like, you gotta think about it. He hurt his finger, thumb in the playoffs, so he wasn't gonna be as effective.
Even before that, in the regular season, he was not remarkably effective.
His career might be over, bro. Like, just like think about him as a really good quarterback. Like, he might. This is his last chance to be a starting quarterback this season.
Yeah.
If they go 5-11, 4-12, then look for them to draft a quarterback in the next season. But I think Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams won that trade, bro.
Yeah. Well, let me spin it to you a different way, Vance. In the long term, I think the Lions won this trade. Talking about Jared Goff and how this might be his last opportunity as a starter, there's no more guaranteed money on Goff's contract. So the Lions can move on from him after this season with no cap hit if they want to.
Mm-hmm.
And so also
them picks
or
don't
we
really
sign him to a better deal.
Them picks are nice though, but it's still gonna be mid to late first rounders because the Rams not gonna be sorry.
I mean, yeah, but it's still like, in my opinion, I think they got more than what Matt Stafford was worth, which is why I say they won the trade in the long term. Because Matt Stafford is still over the age of 30. You don't know how many more years you're going to get out of him. But you look at, 3 picks and a young quarterback that you can cut and clear cap space with. I think the Lions won this trade in the long term in terms of moving towards their, inevitable rebuild.
I agree with that. It would be crazy if they trade Goff for Stafford or they swap them out, and then the Stafford never gets to the Super Bowl. I just feel like that would happen.
I mean, yeah, I agree because this is an all money in move. This is the Rams pushing all their chips to the table as they've done in the past with Jalen Ramsey and trades like that in an attempt to make it to this, make it back to the Super Bowl in this case.
Like, how many points did they lose by to the Packers? Was it 2 touchdowns?
Yeah.
I think Matt Stafford can make up 2 touchdowns.
Exactly. And so looking at this, talking about, the impact that Matt Stafford can potentially have in LA, does this trade make the Rams a favorite out of the NFC?
Let me ask you, so what is it that you're saying that Matt Stafford can do that Jared Goff can do?
Consistency, throw the ball, deal with pressure.
Throw the ball.
So he's a way more talented passer. Matt Stafford last season threw for over 4,000 yards, 7.7 yards per attempt, completed 64% of his passes with 26 tutties.
Yeah, bro. Goff was a play action king, bro.
Yes, bro. Play action and screen king.
Nah, they're not the NFC favorites though. But
I think they in the NFC.
Because in my opinion, bro, the Rams went 9-7 this season.
Yeah,
they might win 10-6.
It was 9-7 because I know they had to actually
10-6.
17. It was 10-6.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my bad. But anyway, I think you look at a lot of games throughout this season, and you can point to Jared Goff being the reason why they lost. Think about the Jets game. Think about up with Russell Wilson. Games like that, Jared Goff just looks ineffective at times. And Jared Goff is just a hot or cold quarterback. Matthew Stafford brings consistency and better arm talent to the Rams. So it's Super Bowl weekend, man. Conclusion of the NFL season. We got a big matchup between the Chiefs and the Buccaneers. So thinking back to Week 13, these two teams faced off in Tampa Bay, which is where the Super Bowl is being played at. And the Chiefs won this game 27-24. They jumped out to an early 17-0 lead. We all remember this game because it's the game where Tyreek went crazy in the first quarter, over 200 yards, 2 tutties. So what are the biggest takeaways from this Week 13 game that y'all can see playing a factor in this week's Super Bowl?
I think the biggest thing was the Bucs figured out what worked. It took them 1 quarter. That was 1 quarter too long, but they figured out what worked. And I think it ended up being close. I think this game is going to be even more. I mean, I think it's gonna be even more close. But just being able to, all right. So they tried to man up Tyreek. Can't nobody on this earth. Can't nobody in the NFL run with Tyreek Hill. Not even Scotty Miller himself, bro. I don't care how fast he is, bro. Like, come on, bro. So they know man doesn't work. They know they're gonna have to play too high the whole game. And it's just the takeaway I have is the Chiefs are unstoppable. Because even once they did figure out, okay, you can't guard Tyreek man to man, they're too fast. We're gonna have to play zone. That's when Travis Kelce starts eating, bro. That's where Miko Harmon starts eating, bro. That's where Clyde Edwards-Helaire starts eating, bro. That's where if Le'Veon plays, that's where he's gonna start eating too. It's just like they're zone killers, bro. They're matchup killers. You can't match up with the Chiefs. So that's what I took away from that game and from Week 13.
First of all, I think that this secondary, like I've been saying this whole time, is a lot better to quit. Not to say that anybody will be able to run with Tyreek step for step, but I think they'll just be more. I mean, it's hard to beat somebody, twice in that short amount of time span. I think they'll be better equipped to deal with that. I think not necessarily that it'll change their scheme or anything, but they'll just be used to his play speed. They'll be, if he does this release, they have tendencies to go against things like that. So, there's something to be said for experience. Tom Brady's been there to the Super Bowl literally more than anybody else ever has. So it's like, he got to know how things operate. But Tyreek, he's not gonna have 200 yards in the first quarter. He may, but I don't think it's gonna be likely.
I mean, I think those are some real points. Talking about Tyreek, talking about just the Chiefs' offense in general. But I think like my key takeaway from that game was just that both of these teams' defenses are legit. You got to look at the Chiefs. They held the Bucs scoreless the whole first quarter. Forced Brady into 2 picks. Legit defense. And then you flip the script, look at the Bucs. They fell into that early 17-0 hole, and then their defense got right, got them back in the game with a chance to score at the end. So I think, the biggest takeaway from that Week 13 game was that not only are both these teams talented offensively, but they're both talented defensively. So continuing to talk about, the Super Bowl matchup, what would you guys say are the keys to success for each team in this week's Super Bowl?
For the Chiefs, the key to success is I'm gonna say that pass rush. Can they get to Tom Brady, make him get the ball out quick, or just get him uncomfortable back there? And then because their offense is gonna produce no matter what, bro. It might take them a quarter to get going. It might not, but they will get going. Now for the Buccaneers, the defense is going to show up. They're going to do their part to at least give them a shot to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. The key to them is, can Tom Brady play perfect, bro? Well, of course, we know he can play perfect, but will he play perfect in this game? They've had to play catch up against the Washington football team. They started off 7-0, down 7-0. They start off 10-0 against the New Orleans Saints. And they just last week they actually got off to a lead against the Packers, was able to hold them off. But can Tom Brady not throw those interceptions against the Kansas? You can't throw picks against the Kansas City Chiefs. But can he play perfect? Will he play perfect? I don't know. It's 50-50. But one interception, they're gonna lose. If he throws one interception, they will lose this game.
Dang. So if he gotta throw no picks for them to win.
Yeah. Straight up.
I feel what you're saying. Personally, I think that the Chiefs secondary is probably gonna be their biggest key. The Chiefs had the best receiving core in the NFL, but the Bucs probably the second or third best. And the only difference between the Chiefs and the Bucs is that, like you saw last week, guys like Godwin, they have bigger, taller guys that can go make plays, guys that necessarily will be open when they're covered. So I think, Dale Source has been looking good in the past couple of weeks. Tyrann Mathieu's always going to be, there. But, they're pretty, not thin, but they're not, super talented beyond those two guys. So, and then for the Bucs, I think, the running game will be the big thing for them. Can we get a 100-yard Leonard Fournette Super Bowl game? If that happens, I think that the Bucs will be more likely to win.
Yeah. And so for me, for the Chiefs, I kind of said that establishing the running game was important. You think about the injuries they have on the O-line. In the team's first matchup, the Chiefs only rushed for 59 yards on 16 attempts, 3.6 yards per attempt. And I think the Chiefs have to run the ball early and often to, make those pass rushers and JPP and Shaq Barrett, a little hesitant when rushing the passer because, there's always the threat of running the ball. And so for the Bucs, I think I have two major keys for them. One, like Van said, be smart with the ball. Brady threw 3 picks versus the Packers, 2 picks in the team's first matchup. And the Chiefs are a team that you can't give too many opportunities with the ball. Because if you give them too many opportunities with the ball, they will be able to run the score up. And also, another key for the Bucs is creating turnovers on defense. So far, they've created 6 turnovers in their 3 playoff games so far this season. And I think if they can continue creating turnovers and giving Brady and that offense the ball with the opportunity to chew clock, I think that would be a crucial in them finding victory this week.
How many turnovers do you think the Buccaneers will force against the Chiefs this
I think they can get one. I think they'll get one. Because, Pat
Just
Mahomes
one?
has a penchant. Yeah, Pat Mahomes has a penchant for kind of doing some questionable things. But, yeah, I think they'll be able to get one, whether it be an interception or a fumble. And my last big key for the Bucs is high safety/safeties. They have to be able to defend the run and stop Tyreek Hill and those other Chiefs receivers from running them deep by using safeties. And so with that, it's time for the big moment, man. Who do you guys like in this year's Super Bowl?
I feel like Pat Mahomes got more to win. I feel like he can let Brady have it.
So you taking the Chiefs, bro?
Why you do me like that? I don't know. Like, dang, I really don't see them losing. Give me the Bucs. Tom Brady gonna win 7.
I think this game, I think it's going to be one of the most watched Super Bowl. I think it's going to be one of the best Super Bowls we've ever seen. Any Super Bowl with Tom Brady is going to be the best Super Bowl we've ever seen besides that year they played the Rams. That was just boring. But anyways, you can't bet against Brady, bro. That's the thing. Like, it's just you can't. That's like a law, bro. But Mahomes, if he wants to catch Brady, he has in the GOAT conversation, he has to win this game. And I trust Mahomes. I trust the Chiefs, bro. Because it used to be that their defense was the weak link, but now their defense is cold, bro. They could have went undefeated if they really wanted to this year. If they really wanted to, they could have went undefeated this year. Yeah. And like, I've never seen a team that got bored in the late in the season, bro, and they just like, we're not trying, and then they turned it on in the playoffs. I've never seen this. And so I think the game's going to go to overtime, and I think who gets the ball first is going to score a touchdown to win the game. And I think Pat Mahomes is going to get the ball first and win the game. Give me the Chiefs by a touchdown.
So for me, I don't think this game's going to overtime. I think this is going to be one of the defining moments of Pat Mahomes' career as he defeats Brady in the Super Bowl. Give me the Chiefs. I just think that Chiefs defense is going to be able to make some plays, force Brady into some bad throws and pressure him, and that Chiefs offense is just going to do what it does best and score points. So that's why I'm rocking with the Chiefs.
Bro, real quick, like, at first I was going to pick Brady and the Buccaneers. Like, I was so, like, you can't bet against Brady. But then I had 2 signs that just made me go with the Chiefs. So I was like, I had this picture in my raw. When I played Pee Wee football, my last 2 years, I played for the Chiefs. My mom, a week ago, went to Kansas to go babysit my brother's kids when he went to a funeral. And she bought Chiefs gear out of nowhere for me. So it's just like, bro, she bought me a hat and a Chiefs mask, bro. So I'm going to have to rock with the Chiefs, bro. I just feel like it's a sign. I might actually bet money on them, bro. It feels right.
Fair enough.
Okay. Fair enough, indeed. So you're a Chiefs fan? Along with the Titans and the Cowboys.
Don't do that, bro. Don't do that.
With the NFL season winding down, of course, game ball's finna get more wide, finna spread them out to a more diversified field of athletes. So I'm gonna start it out this week. Mine got to go to Russell Westbrook, man. I'm a Russell Westbrook hater, so I got to give credit where credit is due. He says he's fully healthy now, and Sunday night he put up a dominant performance to take down the Brooklyn Nets, dropping 41 points. But get this, he only shot 28 shots and hit 16 of them. And 4 of those were threes. So, man, I'm proud of Russell West, man. He was close to a triple-double. Like I said, 41 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. So, for that performance, he gets my game ball.
Okay, I'm gonna change mine on this. I was gonna do Keyshawn Johnson for the Pro Bowl simulation on man because he caused me so much laughter. Him and Snoop Dogg and Bubba Wallace, that was crazy too. But I'm gonna shout out our starting point guard here at PV, Cam Mack. He's actually leading the nation in assists at 8.5 assists a game. You know, he's a Nebraska transfer, averaging almost 15 points a game. You know, we actually have been to the tournament back to back 2 years in a row, back to back SWAC champions. So you know, they just bring they're a real defensive energy. You know, our head coach, Coach Jones. We actually played Texas Southern this Saturday. You know, he keeps getting, you know, high quality guys to come in and fit in the program. And you know, on this level, on any level, you know, PV's competing and we're getting it done. So shout out Cam Mack.
Yeah, but those some nice picks, bro. I'm gonna have to go with you know, the hometown Memphis Grizzlies, bro. Currently on a 7-game win streak with wins over the Brooklyn Nets, the 76ers, the Phoenix Suns on MLK Day, and then recently they swept the San Antonio Spurs in a mini game two-game series. Even winning by 31 points yesterday, and for the first time in Grizzlies history, it might be NBA history, I'm not sure, 9 players scored in double figures for the Grizzlies, bro. And they're only getting healthier, as Justice Winslow said he'll be back later this month, and Jaren Jackson Jr., he should be back within the next month or two. So, you know, they're getting healthier. Right now they're in the playoff shuffle, bro. Shout out to the Grizzlies, bro.
Yeah.
Big Fox.
So with that, that's another successful episode in the books. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. But specifically, please make sure y'all comment, because I know y'all got something to say about some of the segments we did this week.
Horsepower. Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Donnie J, bro. Shout out to NCAA.
I did not shout him out on my segment. So that's Vance.
Yeah, that's me, bro. Shout out Donnie J. Shout out EA Sports. Shout out to NCAA football.
When Chase come in EA, soon. I need my money. If it's a 56 from purple and yellow on the game, I need my coins.
Yeah, if it's a 56 in purple and yellow, he gonna be like a 45 overall. So with that, we finna close this episode out. Hope y'all enjoyed it. And you know, we out of here.